I've not been feeling great today.
There are plenty of things that can make us feel worried.
What makes me anxious is probably exams.
Comparing myself to others.
What people think about me.
Not getting along with my friends.
School makes me anxious.
Anxiety is what we feel when we are worried, tense, or afraid. And it's something we all experience sometimes. But for some people, everyday worries can become much more serious.
It feels like you just become completely overwhelmed.
I'm Molly, and I struggle with my mental health.
Suddenly the lights around you are too bright and everything's too loud, and all you could sort of feel is your heart beating really fast.
2 years ago, I was in a bad way.
When I was really ill, I became sort of like a zombie. I got into this sort of state of mind where I didn't really speak to anyone very much, I didn't do very much.
Thanks to support from family and friends, I'm better than I was. But I still battle anxiety.
I'm sort of out of that quite dark place. I worry about a lot of things still, and I'm trying to work on that.
I want to know what I can do to help stay on top of my worries when things get tough.
Personally, I'd quite like a few sort of things I can do to help myself if I'm stressed or worried about something or experiencing poor mental health.
I'm going to set out to find out how other teens have fought back against mental health troubles.
I was just a bit upset all the time and didn't feel myself, but majority of the time now I'm able to push past that.
And get some expert advice.
I think I can come up with some ideas for some exercise that you could do at home. Imagine you're sitting down into a chair. How's that on your joints? Is that one okay?
Yeah. I want to take control of my anxiety.
I don't want to feel as bad as I did ever again. If there are ways you can help yourself, then it's worth giving it a shot, right?
Telling my mum about how I felt was my first step in feeling better.
Well, your support means a lot to me. It's the best thing that I've ever done. It really, really helped.
The little steps hopefully will help you feel physically and mentally stronger and more in control.
Just getting that off your chest, it may feel massive, but the relief you will feel and the help you will get will be worth it, 100%.
Knowing just how important talking is, around 2 years ago, I helped start a group called We Will.
The aim of We Will is trying to spread the message that you should have the courage to talk and have the courage to listen, and to make everyone know that they're not alone.
We are in a mental health crisis.
Seeking help is not a sign of weakness, it's a sign of courage.
We speak in schools near us in Cumbria.
Mental health is as important as physical health.
We want to share a few things today that we have found from our research.
We've taken our campaign to politicians, and we even make films.
We gave Prince William and Kate our film on a pen stick, and they actually shared it on their Instagram with 9.4 million followers. That was pretty crazy.
I'm finding it a bit too hard at the moment. Life, I mean.
Being part of the group has been a big boost to how I feel.
Some young people have come up to me and said that the group has really helped them, and that helps our mental health. It's kind of shown me, and I've proven to myself, that there are steps you can take, but I'd also quite like to see what other ways there are to help myself.
I'm setting off on a mission to find out about other ways that I can improve how I feel. First stop, London. I want to know exactly what happens when anxiety strikes and what I can do about it. So, I'm going to meet top psychologist Laverne Antrobus. But she's asked to meet me in the super scary London dungeon.
So why the London dungeons today?
Well, I know that you're looking at anxiety and thinking about how we have thoughts and feelings that can make us a bit worried or a little bit anxious. And I thought we'd come somewhere where we couldn't predict our feelings. We know something's going to happen as we walk through, and it'll give us a chance to explore, what happens in our thinking, but also in the way our bodies feel. So, you ready?
Yes.
Should we get going?
Okay.
Laverne wants to show me what happens in my body when I'm facing things that will make me jump. I'm pretty sure this spooky space will do just that. Yep, it works.
Do you know why barbers have red and white poles outside their shops? Do you?
No.
It's blood and bandages.
It might be scary, but it's pretty good fun too.
You'll come back soon, won't you? For a haircut. Or a shave.
Time to head off and recover somewhere a bit less terrifying.
So we've just come back from the London dungeons. How did you find it?
It was actually really fun.
It was an enjoyable scary.
Yes.
Okay. And it was a way in which we could sort of put something in there that made you feel a bit fearful or a bit worried. The two major feelings that come with anxiety. But could you feel yourself in a sort of bodily sense having a response?
Yeah. I could definitely feel that racing feeling.
And so those are, hormones in, adrenaline, cortisol racing through your body, giving you messages that actually this is time to respond. It's absolutely right that you should have an anxious response which makes you act. I think that what we realise causes a real problem for people when they are suffering from anxiety is that that's the sort of feeling they have the whole time, of feeling on high alert, not quite knowing why, but they know they feel in that anxious state.
Do you have any tips for someone who could be experiencing short-term a burst of anxiety?
One of the main go-to strategies that I often talk about is breathing. And it's, it seems a bit like, you've got to breathe. Actually, think about taking these deep breaths in a certain way so that you can really slow things down for yourself. Take in cold air through your nose when you're inhaling and warm air through your mouth.
When facing something you're really worried about, your brain can react like your life is in danger. Stress hormones get sent around your body, making your heart race and your breathing speed up. But there are things you can do to help you feel better right away. Stand up really straight. It helps open up your lungs so you can breathe more freely and deeply. Take deep breaths into your nose, feeling the sensation of cold air filling your lungs. Then, feel the warmth of the air as you breathe out through your mouth. And try to tell yourself that the thing you're worried about might not be that scary after all.
If you're going to take it on, practice. It's all about practice.
Will do.
Thanks to Laverne, I've now got some tips on how to stay calm when things get tough. But I want to find out what else I can do to help control my anxiety. I've come to Yorkshire to meet rugby player Amelia. She's a teenager who's had a real boost to her mental health since taking up the sport.
How did you get into rugby?
So about 2 years ago, I struggled with my mental health. I was just a bit upset all the time, didn't feel myself. I've always enjoyed playing rugby, so we found here, I came for a trial, and then just ever since, just been playing.
So what's benefited you the most, would you say, about being part of a rugby team?
Definitely the exercise side of it, becoming healthier. I think, having a healthy body, you have a healthy mind. It's improved everything, like my sleeping, and I just have lots of energy now. And I'd have to say social as well, like getting to know new people, coming here all the time, working together as a team. I do still struggle a bit, like there are the odd days where we'll have a panic attack or I do feel a bit, sick. But majority of the time now, I'm able to push past that.
The fact that you pushed through all those challenges and got where you are today is really inspirational. I'll let you get back to the game.
Perfect, thank you. Nice to meet you. Bye.
It's pretty clear that for Amelia, joining a rugby team has had huge benefits. But I have other problems with my health that mean it's not so simple.
I dislocate my joints really easily. They just sort of pop out of place at random times. I'm in a lot of pain. It's really hard to deal with.
It means that playing a contact sport like rugby could cause me serious injuries. I need to find an exercise that I can do. One person who might be able to help is celebrity fitness expert Joe Wicks.
Climb that rope, nice straight back, from the side, knees up.
Joe has millions of followers on social media and specialises in how exercise can boost mental wellness.
When you exercise, it always makes you feel better. You have more energy, it makes you happier.
I'm going to meet him to see if he can show me some exercises that I'm able to do at home.
So how important would you say exercise is to improving mental health?
Exercise will lift your mood, it will make you more energised, it will give you more confidence. And I think if you can make it a regular thing, it will really help you with your mental health. So do you exercise yourself at all?
Yeah, I'm not known for exercising a lot. I try to every now and then, but I don't really have a regular sort of schedule. I also dislocate my joints really easily.
Oh, you like hypermobile stuff?
Yeah, I do that a lot.
Oh, wow.
It just happens all the time. So that's what I really struggle with.
Yeah, and when you're having a low period, if your mood's low and you're feeling a bit stressed or a bit anxious, do you find it really hard to motivate yourself to exercise?
Yeah, I tend to just sort of go off to bed.
So you've obviously got a lot more barriers, you know, than the average person. So you're obviously suffering from these symptoms that are kind of preventing you from exercising. You might find it really difficult to start, but if you can do, even if it's like a really short workout, by the end of it, you're going to feel much better, you know, because it really does release like serotonin and things in your brain that make you feel happier. Yeah. I think I can come up with some ideas for some exercise that you could do at home, just like slow and controlled, like low impact stuff in a controlled way so that you can build the strength and kind of make that a healthy routine. Come on in, Molly, let's start our little workout. So here we are in my living room, and just to show you, you don't need a lot of space or any equipment to get fit. We're going to do a few exercises that you can do at home. First one's nice and simple, it's a squat. Imagine you're sitting down into a chair. How's that on your joints? Is that one okay?
Yeah.
So next I'm going to do a reverse lunge. So from here, feet together, we're going to step back. I really believe that exercise will help you with your exams. You step away from the computer, wherever you might be, and do a bit of exercise, and you'll go back really focused. But now we're going to do a press up. Slowly down and push. We're just going to run on the spot for 30 seconds, that's it. Nice and quick. You love it, don't you?
Yeah.
Well, listen, it's been lovely to meet you. I really hope that my advice has helped you and given you a little bit of inspiration. Massive respect, high five, and good luck with everything, yeah?
Thank you.
When you exercise, your body releases chemicals called endorphins. These help improve your mood and make you feel good. You don't need fancy equipment or a gym membership. Just try and find something that you enjoy and gets you moving. Swimming, dancing, and team sports are all great. Whatever you choose, try to stick with it and make it part of your weekly routine.
So I'd really like to keep these exercises up. I'm going to try really hard to do little bits often and try and see if that makes a difference, because I imagine it will.
I've seen how getting active can help body and mind, but I also want to find out how relaxation can help too. So, I'm going to try out something called Mindfulness. I've heard it works for lots of people, and I'm excited to try it out. I'm joining a class who practiced mindfulness meditation.
Welcome everyone to this special class.
This meditation class is just one way of being mindful.
Notice how it is right now in this moment.
Its aim is to create an atmosphere of calm and help you to de-stress.
So we're going to take a mindfulness exercise next. You're going to literally say, peace is within me.
In the class with me is Mia.
So what sort of benefits have you been seeing?
I've generally found myself a lot calmer, and I've found that I can focus a lot easier on tasks. I've definitely found it's helped me in school, and if I get worried about something, I can just breathe through it.
Very, very slowly drop the hands to the lap or to the thighs, And you can just blink through the eyelashes to open the eyes for a moment.
It is making me feel calm, and it's definitely worked for Mia, but I'm not totally convinced that the meditation kind of mindfulness is for me.
It was quite serious and intense, and I'm not the best at coping in those sort of situations.
I don't want to give up on it totally. Back at home in Cumbria, I'm really keen to find a way of being mindful that works for me.
I have been making a conscious effort though to try and de-stress before I go to bed. So every night I'll light some candles and I'll have a bath and I'll turn my phone off and play some music. And I found that really helpful actually. I think it's like finding what works best for you.
Being mindful means putting aside your worries and concentrating on the moment that you are in. It can be done in lots of ways. Whether it's creating something, playing music or sport, or just enjoying some nice food. Experts think that practicing mindfulness can change the way our brains work, making us better able to handle stress, which has a big impact on our brains and our physical health. In a mission to take control of my anxiety, I've already learnt how to cope when facing something truly terrifying. How getting active releases hormones that make us feel better.
It's improved everything, like my sleeping, and I just have lots of energy now.
And how a moment of calm can help de-stress.
I've generally found myself a lot calmer, and I've found that I can focus a lot easier on tasks.
Next, I want to find out if what I eat can affect how I'm feeling. So I'm heading off to the supermarket to meet dietitian Nicola Ludlam-Rain.
Hi Nicola, lovely to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
So how does healthy eating impact your mental health?
Well, it's fantastic that we're meeting in the supermarket because food has a huge impact on how we feel. What I thought would be really interesting though is why don't you go off and grab all the snacks that you might eat if you're feeling a little bit low. Does that sound okay?
That sounds great.
Fab.
When I'm feeling a bit rubbish, I tend to have some of them, a packet of those, yep, and some of those too. And while I'm busy snack shopping, Nicola is filling her basket with some slightly healthier options. Over in the cafe, it's time to see what we've both picked out.
So Molly, what have you picked up?
So I'm personally a really big fan of sort of salty foods and sort of quite sour stuff. So I usually, sometimes if I'm feeling a bit down or a bit peckish, usually at the same time, I'll go for popcorn or some salted crisps.
With all of these foods, there's no such thing as good and bad foods, but it's all about how often we eat them. So although these foods are fine in moderation or to have a little bit of, the problem is that if we're relying on them for energy, they only give you a quick boost and they don't satisfy you for very long. When it comes to mental health, the key is to keep your body fueled throughout the day. So snacks are brilliant, but ideally the snacks should be nourishing. So lots of vitamins and minerals and slow release energy to keep our mood up. So when it comes to healthy snacks, like for example nuts or some fruit and yogurt, these foods not only give our body sustained energy, which can help with energy and mood throughout the day, they also provide key vitamins. And if you're lacking in vitamins, that can have a really big impact on your mood as well. So my advice would be to look at what you're eating across the entire week, make sure that there's lots of colour and then a little bit of what you fancy.
Okay, that's snack sorted. But what about drinks?
Lots of people have fizzy drinks, sugary drinks, because they think it's going to keep them feeling full and energised throughout the day, but really it has the opposite effect. You get a quick boost of energy and then you're left feeling lacking in energy. So my advice would be firstly to focus on water, so sticking to sugar-free fluids and then lots of healthy fibrous snacks.
What we eat definitely affects how we feel. Make sure you eat regularly. It keeps energy levels up and helps stop you from feeling tired and down. Healthy snacks release energy slowly and give us the vitamins our bodies need for the day. Try not to snack on too many fatty or sugary treats. You feel good while you eat them, but you'll feel much worse afterwards. And make sure you're drinking enough water. Being thirsty and dehydrated can make it difficult to concentrate and think clearly. Nicola has given me loads of great tips on what to snack on when I'm feeling down. But I have one final stop on my mission to take control of my anxiety. I'm heading to the countryside to find out how something as simple as getting outdoors can really help how we feel.
Just being with nature, you automatically, you don't think about the problems as so big anymore.
I'm going for a walk with Ikra. She's someone who has really struggled with the pressure of her studies and exams.
How has being outdoors helped you?
It's so calming to just be with everything that is, I don't know, not man-made. Because I feel like all my problems were man-made. I think being out has saved me in a way. Because I just don't think I'd be able to get beyond the point of stress and being in bed all day if I hadn't been out.
And what is it, would you say, about being outdoors that's had such an impact?
I think it's thinking you can have a life. It's not just you need to study and that's you. Not everything's a waste of time beyond that. I think it was the hikes that made me realise that getting over that massive mountain and thinking, wow, I just walked down that thing. It makes you think, right, I've done that. My problems, I can do that as well.
That's great.
Going on hikes has helped Ikra cope with her problems, but experts think that simply being around nature and greenery can really boost how we feel.
I think when my mental health was at its worst, it was just getting out of bed, maybe 5-minute walk if I could do that. Even setting yourself small goals that you think you can do rather than massive ones that you feel so disappointed in that you didn't reach. That's a great thing to achieve, and you need to be proud of that.
So should we carry on?
Yeah, sure.
Getting outside is great for our mood, and it's thought that it can reduce the levels of stress hormones in our bodies. Doctors have even started to prescribe it to help people cope with their problems. You could go for a bike ride, take a dog for a walk, or bring the outside in and try growing plants on a windowsill at home.
Meeting Ikra was great. She definitely sort of told me about how being outdoors can really impact your mental health and how just being in nature, it takes your mind off all the stresses and worries you may have. And it doesn't even have to be a massive hike. It could just be getting out of bed in the morning or going down the road. That could be a small achievement, but it can make the biggest difference.
So, I've met some inspiring people and learned loads.
Cold air through your nose when you're inhaling and warm air through your mouth.
When it comes to mental health, the key is to keep your body fueled throughout the day.
Having a healthy body, you have a healthy mind.
We're just going to run on the spot for 30 seconds, that's it. You love it, don't you?
Yeah. Just being with nature, you automatically, you don't think about the problems as so big anymore.
Now it's time to put all of it into action.
These are sort of quick go-to tools. They are easy, but they take a lot of practice.
I've given Molly a little kind of routine she can follow at home. Even if she does 10 minutes, 15 minutes a day, she'll notice a massive improvement in her happiness, her energy, and hopefully her mental health.
Hopefully, if Molly eats lots of healthy and nutritious foods, she'll be left feeling more energised and better throughout the day.
I'm really looking forward to what's going to happen and all the different things I'm going to try out and, see if they do actually make a difference.
It's all about practice, and we're going to have to see how she gets on.
During the next month, I'll be using each of the tips and techniques to see if they can help me take control of my anxiety.
I just wanted to give a quick update on the last few weeks.
I'm getting in more exercise with me and my mates.
Right, and then do them controlled. How are we feeling, guys, after our workout? We're feeling great!
Stop it, more convincing! I'm getting out of the house more.
I have been trying to go outdoors at least like 10 minutes every day. Being outdoors is good, it's nice. When you come back, you do feel better.
Trying to snack healthier.
Yesterday, we had these like nice little chocolate things and I ate an apple instead. Was craving chocolate.
And taking time out to have a mindful moment in my day.
5 minutes, that's good.
And even though it all feels like it's helping, I still do have bad days.
I woke up this morning a little bit, stressed about going into school. So this is a sort of time of day where I do some of like Laban's breathing techniques. Already, I'm starting to feel less stressed. The bell's about to go, so I might have to go now.
It's 1 month on, and back at home in Cumbria, things are going well.
So I think all of these sort of little things combined together has made a difference in the short space of time that I've used them for. So I wake up in the morning feeling a lot more refreshed because I feel calmer going to sleep.
Can you draw me?
Yeah.
I won't get offended.
I feel better about myself for exercising and eating healthier.
Shrek is.
I feel a lot calmer in stressful situations because of the breathing exercises. And, I can say that it genuinely has made a difference.
I'm feeling good, but what changes has my mum noticed?
You just seem to be that little bit more relaxed and confident and assertive.
I'd agree.
To make those changes, I'd just take my hat off to you. I think you're absolutely amazing. And you've done those yourself, nobody else has done those, you've done them.
I actually have surprised myself and have genuinely enjoyed it. I'm really hoping I can stick to it.
You should feel really, really proud of yourself because your dad and we feel really proud of you. It's not been easy.
I'd say to anyone sat at home who's maybe feeling a bit overwhelmed, a bit anxious or a bit down, that there are things that you can do right now at home that can help you feel better about yourself. It does make a difference and it will definitely help.